Hey, Team Shuriken Shinobi here with a review of the Shuriken Sentai Ninja Henshin Shinobigatana Ninja Ichibanto. I'm just going to call it the Ninja Ichibanto or just the Ichibanto for the remainder of this review, and I probably will bounce around between Ninja and Ninninger because I'm American and that's what happens. So this is not only our first weapon of the series, but the series main changer. So Kyoryuger gave us a gun. This gives us a sword, and they're ninjas, so it works. Included with this is the Ichibanto itself and the Aka Ninja Shuriken up there. So we'll take a look at both. This was released in February 2015 for about 5,000 yen, give or take, depending on where you bought it from. So let's get it open and take a look. So before we take a look at the Ichibanto, let's take a look at the Shurikens themselves and how they work. So each Shuriken is comprised of the Shuriken core and the Shuriken blade. The blade being made of kind of a soft plastic. It is a little bit pliable, so be a little bit careful when you're in storage so they don't get bent out of shape, but they're not hard plastic where they could break or hurt you or anything like that, so nice material choice there. The core itself is basically a little cylinder that operates a lot like a lock seed would. Unfortunately, there is no on and off switch, and that is my biggest complaint on these, is that if you want to carry one around with you, you do have to be mindful that you don't hit the back button with something to make a bunch of noise. Plus, it would have just been helpful to, say, make Shuriken without sounds going off, or put it and spin it around in the Ichibanto without sounds going off. So it would have benefited from an on and off switch, in my opinion there. But it does look cool. You have the specific Ninja right in there with the kanji for their color, this one being Aka. Aka Ninja, Red Ninja, etc., etc. There are clips on here for the formation with Shuriken, and you have the helmet on there, and we will take a look at that come the review for Shuriken. Each one has a button in the back that will basically say what it is. That's the only sound it makes, and that is really about it for having no blade attached. So if you take the blade, line up the little spokes here with the little entryways right there, and then twist. It will announce what Shuriken it is again, but with the word Shuriken after it. And now the button press does something different. Each one goes off of what their OtomoNin is, their Zord, their mecha, whatever word you want to use for it. So this one is Shinobi Maru, which doesn't really make any noise because he's a shinobi. So he just kind of makes Shuriken throwing noises. We'll take a look at the others and their respective reviews. But from here, that is, again, it. There's a black button right here that you can press to twist and turn it off, and then take it back off, and then put it back on, twist, and repeat. When it is like this, it is locked. It twists itself and has plastic covering it, so it will not come off with that. And now there is a button right here, and that essentially doesn't do anything for while you're holding it, but there is a peg somewhere in the Ichibanto. I think it is this one. Nope, that is the entrance peg. It's one of these somewhere in here that will hit that button. So when it hits it at least twice, it starts playing the roll call sound. So just to show that off. And we'll get to that when we do. But that is basically how it works. You put it in, you spin it, this button gets hit twice, and it plays the sound. And then, of course, if you hit the trigger, and of course I have it on because I'm a delinquent. If you hit the trigger, there's this little button right here, raises, and we'll hit the button on the back. So that is how the system works. And here is the Ichibanto itself. It's a decent size. I'm not going to say it is a great size. I forgot to measure it. I'll put the measurement right here. But it's not bad. It's not that great either, though. It ends up being a lot like a short sword, like a Tanto. Maybe a Wakizashi. I'm not 100% sure on those measurements. But it's definitely no katana. That's for sure. But for a kid, it would be a nice size. Obviously, for an adult collector, you're gonna want a little bit more out of it. This is just soft plastic right up here, this tip. So prop makers can, of course, make inserts for this to make it much longer. So there is always that as well going forward. You won't mess up any electronics doing that. So Pretty nice overall. You got a flame design here, trigger, nice clear yellow running along through the base of the blade here. There is the kanji, Ninja Ichiban. So basically the name of the sword, minus the sword part of it. So that is cool. There are some LEDs up here. 3 buttons that will activate Henshin, which is transformation, Waza, technique. I forgot what the word for summon was, but this is the one to summon the OtomoNin. So pretty simple. Back here you have the release buttons for the Shuriken. The batteries takes 2 AAAs and the on and off switch. So flip that on. If I can find it, I lost it. So like I said, the kanji light up right here. So you cycle between 2 sword slashing noises, which is always a fun time. And I do like the way that the LED lights up the kanji up there. That's pretty neat. So without further ado, all you have to do is initiate the transformation. And we are now a ninja. Yay! So that is basically how that works. If you press it again, it will say Ninja Isen. And do one of the slashing noises again. And now the same concept works for the technique. In the show, when they hit the technique button and spin it, it doesn't go through a full roll call. It just goes off of whoever spun it. So when Aka Ninja did it, he spun it and it said Akacha and then Ninja Isen. So it always cycles through that roll call, which I think is a little bit of a bummer. I would have loved if the initial spin was a roll call maybe, but then spins after that were just that specific color to make it a little bit more accurate to the show, but we're stuck with that roll call every time you spin it. So for example, if we initiate the technique button, yay! So that is our attack. Now, likewise, you can totally bypass the roll call by pressing the button. And just pressing the button before the roll call begins. So that is an option. Like I said, I really wish it would have forewent the roll call after the first spin. Or even not did the roll call at all and just did that specific color. But that is a matter of opinion. Lastly, you do have the transformation one, which will make more sense when we get to Shuriken's review. But we're going to go ahead and do it anyway. Like I said, the sounds don't line up whatsoever, but it'll make more sense when we get to the OtomoNin Shuriken with Shuriken. So that covers the basics of the weapon. There really isn't anything else to go over. Just press the buttons, pop that out, and you're back to just a normal Ichibanto. So that is that. So overall, the Ninja Ichibanto is a really fun toy, but has some playability issues. I really dig the Shuriken, and I like the look of the Ichibanto itself. It is just quite small, being a sword toy, and the way it functions just doesn't make it quite as playable as I really wish it would have been with the sounds. But the sounds are quite catchy, I will say that. So thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one. Bye.